Hello and welcome to my review of the Demons of Nurgle Spoilpox Scrivener. This model will set you back £15. It seems to be the sort of base standard price now of the models on the 32mm bases, these kind of character models. What we'll do is we'll have a look at the model and things, we'll do some size comparisons, and then I'll go through all of the rules. Unfortunately, I don't have the Glotkin tome for Age of Sigmar, so I'll only be talking about the Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Demons rules for this model. So this model are very simple and easy to put together. Didn't have any issues whatsoever. There are a ton of details on this model. You sort of got to train your brain to sort of look for the mouth. This is obviously the mouth of this creature. It's kind of got a elongated sort of trunk of a mouth that goes all the way up here, and that is his mouth. You sort of got to train your brain for that. Then he's got this kind of quill, really nice big feathered quill. He's got these three eyes, maybe that's a psychic eye there, and then he's got this huge scroll that he's holding, that he's got a chubby little Nurgle in there munching on the scroll. Hopefully he's not eating it as quick as the Scrivener is writing on it. You've then got like a 3 symbol of Nurgle there dangling from some scrolls that are being held together by essentially his guts and his intestines and things. That you've even got some scrolls sort of jammed into the side of his belly too. You've got a bit of a scenic base. It's like a tiny little sort of rock with some big fat maggots around there as well. Couple of joins there. You're not really going to see them, but feel free to sort of put some liquid green stuff in there to fill it. But they're the only sort of gaps that I can make out. You've got some kind of like plague sword dagger thing coming out of there. No sort of detail on the back of the scroll, but plenty of like maggots and leeches and spots and veins even on this on his mouth. So yeah, great little model. Lots of detail there for this character. What I'll do is I'll just show you some size comparisons. So next to a standard plague bearer. Oh, it's actually a 40mm base. I do apologise. So it's like a Terminator base then, because this plague bearer is on the 32mm, and you can see it is a little bit taller than a normal plague bearer, which is great. And on the bigger base, definitely going to stand out amongst your plague bearers. Next to Horticular Slimux, which is just here. So he's still quite big next to the Slimux. Next to the Feculent Narmor, which is here, which I need to get a base for. I'll probably order one today at some point. So yeah, that sort of gives you some kind of idea of that model. And then finally next to the Great Unclean one, which sort of dwarfs over all of these models, and the Spoilpox. But it's a good sort of centerpiece to a Nurgle army. Next to some Imperial models, I've just got some Space Marines here. It's actually taller than the Primaris. Head height is similar height. Primaris is a little bit taller, but then you've got the horns and then the mouth itself and the scroll, which all dwarf him a little bit. And then the normal Space Marine kind of barely comes up to his nose or mouthpiece there. So it's quite a tall model actually for this £15 and with this big base. So quite chuffed with it really. Okay, so we're in my part of the review now where I'll talk to you about all the Warhammer 40,000 rules for the Spoilpox Scrivener. You'll find him in your brand new Chaos Demons Codex under the HQ section, believe it or not. He is a power points cost of a 4 and a match play points cost of 75, so that's a decent sort of amount, I suppose. His stat line is movement 5 inches, his weapon skill and ballistic skill are 2+, which is fantastic. Strength and toughness are both 5, that's decent. He's got 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8 and a save of 6+. He's demonic though, so he gets his 5+ and vulnerable. He's a single model that attacks with a plague sword, a distended maw and disgusting sneezes. There you go. So disgusting sneezes, it's a range of 6 inches, it's a pistol D3, strength is only 3, damage 1, but you can re-roll wound rolls of 1 for the weapon, and you'd need to with that strength of only 3, but you've got a high chance of potentially those 3 hits hitting anyway. Distended maw. The strength is a user this time, so it's strength 5, AP -1, damage 1, and again you can re-roll wound rolls of 1. And then finally the plague sword, again it's the strength of the user, which is 5, AP is nothing, damage 1, but you can re-roll failed wound rolls for this weapon too. So pretty much you are better off using that Distended more rather than the Plague Sword. His abilities, as I said, it's got Demonic, so that's a 5+ Invulnerable, Disgusting and Resilient, so a 5+ ignores the wound, and Demonic Ritual, so you can summon him in. Using your 3 dice, it's going to be very easy to summon in. Stern Taskmaster. Add 2 inch to the movement characteristics of all Plague Bearer infantry units within 6 inch of 1 or more models with this ability. That's pretty good. Boosting their speed by another 2 inch. I think they're what, 5 inch movement? Yeah, they're 5 inch movement, so that's 7 inches. Hey, there's that 7 number again. Within 6 inches. So you're going to have him sort of quite close, but it's a nice 6 inch bubble there. And then his other ability is keep counting, meet your quota. Add 1 to all hit rolls made for the Plague Bearer units within 6 inch of 1 or more friendly models with this ability. And in addition, if you make a hit roll of 7+ for a Plague Bearer within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly models with this ability, you could immediately make 1 additional attack at the same target with the same weapon. Bonus attacks cannot themselves generate any further attacks. So that's pretty cool. As they're fighting along, you've got the same 6 inch bubble to add that 1 to all hit rolls. So that's great. So you get your 6s and you add the 1, and you get the 7s, then you get an extra attack. So it's great to see a Plague Bearer kind of buff that's positively affecting it. Not too dissimilar from how Typhus affects those Potswalkers. And the faction keywords for the Spoilpox Scrivener is Chaos, Nurgle Demon, Character Infantry, Plague Bearer, Herald of Nurgle, and Spoilpox Scrivener. So they are all the rules for the Spoilpox Scrivener. I think it's a great looking model, especially if you get the colours right, and especially for that quill. A fair bit going on, and I think it's justified for that price too. Definitely fits in with all the aesthetics of the Nurgle force too. Anyway, what do you guys think? Can you think of any good scenarios where you could summon him in and make good use of him? Please do put it in the comments below as always. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Papa bless.